Okay. How are you doing, traders? Yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. So, yeah, welcome again to the weekend analysis. Now, as usual, it is just a market projection on gold spot. So it is just a projection of the market in the next 5 days of in the 5 days of the coming week. So it is overall projection, so you have to add your own analysis, and also you have to watch analysis from other traders, at least to get conference on what I'm suggesting here with what is now most likely to happen from other traders. So actually it is just a less than 15 minutes market projection, so it is just a very quick, and I'm going to break down market into 4 different time frames. Now I do what we call the top-down analysis. So I start with the higher time frame to the lower time frame. So make sure that you keep in touch until I break down market into the lowest time frame, that is a 4-hour time frame. It is where I'm going to provide the most probable direction for the coming week. So we had analysis last week. Now it has done very well, so maybe let me do something here. So if I go to the discussion, so the market analysis has done very well. So I shared, it was here, and we had discussion since previous week. So I had some trades here, sell trades, so 2 trades, 2 sell trades. So actually in relation to the projection that I had, I was looking forward for the market to break the trend line. So it has done the same thing now this week. So it has broken the channel. So I closed with some profits here, the 163 now for all of the 2 trades. So that is the projection. So let us see now what is going to happen next week, and actually I will provide the possible entries now for the coming week. So let me start with the monthly time frame, maybe quickly, to see what is most likely to happen in monthly time frame. So actually now, without turning the wave counts and drawings, now we can see now this monthly candle has opened with the selling momentum, so it is pushing to the downside. So it is at least covering this week now, or rejection for the last monthly candle. So now how far this will continue to push, actually in relation to my previous analysis, I'm still looking down in an overall projection. So how far is going to push now in lower time frame, I can provide that possible turning points. Now if I turn my drawings, now the actual idea remains the same. So I'm looking for the possible completion of wave E of the triangles. That's why I'm saying I'm looking down in monthly time frame, because of completion of this wave E, the possible wave E of a triangle. So that's where we're looking monthly time frame. But now if we go to other time frames, we can have other projection. Then quickly in weekly time frame, now in weekly time frame, we see the triangle idea remains the same, and market is trending in a channel. I talked about this last week, and also now last weekend I had this trend line now marked in white. So I was looking forward for price to retest. So now it was already retested now. Then for this weekly projection, I was looking forward for market to be rejected at this trend line. So I had a trend line together with this level here, the resistance. So now this week has done the same. So it has returned, it has rejected at that level beautifully, as I was expected, and that's why I traded and I closed with some profits, as you have seen in the introduction. So at the same time, we had this trend line that running to, or channel running to the upside. So price has also respected this channel. So what is expected to happen next week? Now in lower time frame, I'm going to provide that projection, but the overall direction now in weekly time frame, we still expect price to continue pushing down, because now in our future, I expected to see gold trading toward this lower channel, and at the same time it will be hitting this support down here. So always I'm still looking down on gold. So that's in weekly time frame. But actually, if I do, as I said last week, if I just look on candle formations at this region, you will find that now candlestick formations, they suggest something about push to the upside. Candlestick formation suggests something about push to the upside. But if you put the trend line and everything, the channels, support and resistance, you can find that now there's something in relation to price pushing to the downside. And this push in this weekly time frame has at least added some confluence for the possible continuation of push of price to the downside in the coming weeks. That is a weekly time frame. So before I go to daily time frame, because we have a lot of things to share in daily time frame, I can share the possible news release for the coming week. So now this will be from 11th of September. So from 11th of September, we don't have news on Monday. You see, we don't have news on Monday like how it was this Monday. And then we have news on Tuesday to Friday. And it is just a mix of high impact and medium impact news. So let's expect it to have those powerful moves on those news release days. And actually, I don't do the fundamental. What I suggest is you have to trade outside news hours, or you have to protect your profit if maybe you're in a trade and you are approaching news hours. So quickly, let's go to daily time frame to see a lot of information about the possible trading direction for the coming week. So now, yeah, you will see that now on Monday there was a beautiful rejection, and then we pushed down on 2 days consecutively. Now then on Thursday and Friday we at least had some bullish momentum being created at that region or level. So actually, but it has nothing to do with the continuation of price to the upside. So now does this mean there are no buyers at this region, or what is going to happen now? In 4 hour time frame I can provide exactly what is the possible move around this region. But actually, if you know the wave counts or the ELLIOTT waves, now you can see I have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the downside. So if this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so this suggests that now an impassive move has started at this region. Impassive move has been started at this region. So if there's such impassive move at this region, we expect that after completion of the 5th wave down, so we'll be having a correction to the upside. So now the general idea here will be, now next week, if you see that market is buying, so if you see prices rising on gold next week, now this will be in a corrective mode. So what is important, you have to understand the formation of a corrective. You have to understand the corrective structure in order to depict the entries for selling now. So selling will be the only direction that we can hold next week. And I'm already I have set my sell limits, so later I will provide those entries for the sell limit if you wish to put the sell limits next week. That is all in this time frame. And remember, we had this level here. Now it was in pink, but I turned it into white. So this is the level I talked about last week, that if this is going to be broken, so we expect to ride down very strongly, and that is how market has done after breaking this trend line. So that's very powerful. So quickly, in the last time frame, that's the 4 hour time frame. So now in 4 hour time frame, now we have those clear information on the possible market move. So basically, you see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I talked about in daily time frame. So it is clear to this region, and at the same time we have a sort of extension in the third wave. So we have a sort of extension in the third wave. So due to extension of the third, we expect that the fifth wave is mostly likely to have equality with the first wave. Now the first move here. So now what I'm looking for here is just this movement to the downside in the fifth wave. So it's going to end within this level. Now you see I've marked this white level down here. So now this is going to end within this white level down here. So after completion of this move to the downside, we are mostly likely to see price pushing to the upside in a corrective mode. So how far is going to push? How far is going to push? How far is going to push? Let me put the Fibonacci thing. So yeah, if it's from this region, roughly to this level down here. So you see 61%, 71 and 50%. Now these three levels, those are the most key regions to be touched by price when it is correcting this move. So now basically, let me do this. So now basically, let's expect it to see now possibly we can have a very little movement to the downside on opening of the market. Then after we'll see price pushing to the upside. So it may end up within a 50% level, or it may be 61%, and also maybe 80% if it will be too deep. but mostly I'm looking forward for price to end up within a 61%. Then after will be a boom to the downside, you see. So that is most likely to happen next week. So you can, if you are going to take buys, and I don't recommend to buy next week, but you can. So it will be just a short term. So you can buy up to the levels of around, you can buy to the levels of around 1935, 35, 36. Yes, around 1935. So you can buy to around those regions, 1936 or 35. So then after, from there, we'll be looking now for sells. Now we'll be looking for cells that now the projection is now we're going to sell to the region beyond the previous swing low. Now you see this previous swing low, so we are going to trade beyond the swing the previous swing low. So this will be a very powerful push to the downside. So if that's going to happen, so you can capitalize a lot in this possible move. So put your sell limits around 1935 or 1936 with your stop loss above this previous swing high, so around that region. So don't put it too far. You can put it to around 1948 or anything else. Then your take profit can be anywhere down here. Maybe you can just roughly put not beyond the level of 1885. So your stop loss should, your take profit should be within any region around 188, inside or above 1885. So that's how you're going to trade next week. That's very, 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 very powerful. Now for the coming week, it's very quick because it is just addition of what I've been sharing for all the previous weeks. Nothing has changed. I have been talking for the triangle idea for more than 3 months. I think it is more than 3 months. So that has been very powerful. That's why currently I'm just adding to what has been changed. So it is just a very quick analysis. If you don't understand this, you can add with the previous analysis at least to understand what I said in those previous analysis and what I'm adding in the current analysis. That is all for this weekend. So if you like this video, put a thumb up button. You have to hit the thumb up button. And if you have any question or appreciation or an addition, you can write in the comment section, and also like this video. And if it's just your first time visiting this channel, you can subscribe this channel. So that is powerful. Have a great weekend.